What's up, babes? It's Curly's Victoria. I am back with another video. If you guys are new here, hi, welcome to the channel. If you already been subscribed, thanks for coming back. So look, y'all, I explained this in my other video that I haven't yet posted. Mr. Bricks chewed up my SD card. Therefore, I can't get the footage off of one of my cards that I had from several vlogs ago. I have so much footage on that. I have so much footage on that SD card, and I am working my hardest to see if I can pull anything off of it, but so far it is not reading on my SD card. Like when I put it in the SD card reader, it's not reading on the computer, so it's obviously showing it's not working. My other cards are reading. That one's not reading. All thanks to this man down here by my feet. Y'all, he has not left me alone. Like, he's always super clingy, but over the last few weeks, he have been more clingy than ever. Like, everywhere I go, he jumping up on me. He right next to me. He got to sit on my lap. I can sneeze, and he making his way over. I can, like, any little thing has been extra. He's to my rescue, like, literally. It's been crazy, to say the least. Like, right now, I'm not going to move the camera, but he is laid out right here in front of my feet. Will not give me no space. Like, typically he clingy, but it has been 3 notches, 4 or 5 notches up. But anyway, I wanted to get on here and just talk about how to actually just be a high valued woman, things that you could be doing to be a high valued woman or a high valued man in your career field, the things that I'm doing to make sure that I'm staying on top and being successful. So the first thing that I'm going to say is you have to go ahead and whatever it is that you believe, you have to know that in order to achieve it, you have to believe it. Now, I know you guys have heard that saying so many times, like, oh, that's cliche, but is it really cliche or is it really the truth? So, you know, in order to get to a certain level in life, you don't just wake up and become that. You don't just wake up and only manifest. You have to put the action into it. A lot of people are doing the manifesting and, oh, they're believing a law of attraction, but there's no action actually put into what it is that you're doing. To be high valued, you're going to have to place yourself in high value situations, and you're going to have to place yourself in a high valued lead. How do you do that? You start off by being very confident in what it is that you want, and then you actually go after what it is that you said that you're going to get. So many people are just sitting here like, oh, he can do it. So many people are just sitting here like, oh, he can do it, she can do it, and don't even believe that they can do it. And it's just like, no, but you can. What if you actually tried? So being high valued is not determined by a company putting it on a resume and saying, this is a high value. Get off of there. Go. No. Because he tried to make stuff his territory. That's not his. Don't go on that floor. We already went outside. Briggs, get out of the kitchen. And do not go in the trash bag. Go. So, yeah, it doesn't matter that the job says we're looking for this type of person. Like, a job description, a resume, granted, your resume does tell a lot about your work performance as, you know, in a career or whatever. But a job title does not determine your value. Let's start there, because so many people think, oh, well, I am the executive assistant, or I am the CFO, or I am, okay, that's a title, but how are you as an individual? How you carry yourself and what you deem yourself to be is what you're going to be seen as in the world. I consider myself to be, you know, high valued, classy woman who's on her ish, working on her ish, becoming what it is she needs to become. And when I'm outside, that's what it's perceived as. I have so many people who are just like, you always just look like you just like, you know, or just, and I've had people just be like, I know you didn't ask, but are you in real estate? Like, just the way you carry yourself, the way that you are, the way that I just know you do something. And it's amazing for people to just have that feeling, that vibe. She's somebody, she's something. Imagine if you felt that way about yourself. I'm somebody, I'm something. I got that vibe. Go. I'm going to crush it. I'm going to be the best that I need to be. Imagine how many, if you felt that way, that inner confidence, imagine how many people are going to perceive that because they already see that. If you're walking around and you're acting like, oh, you know, head always down, you're not confident in anything that you do, and you doubt yourself all the time, and you're indecisive about everything, how are people going to perceive you to be that guy, that girl, that woman, that man? You know, they're not going to perceive that. And I know perception versus reality are two different things, and obviously reality is the thing that we strive to achieve. You have to put yourself in those situations. You have to become what it is that you need to become in order to be like, so everything is not about perception. I understand that. But at the same time, the way you carry yourself, let me just give you a quick example. And I gave y'all an example like this before in another video. When I used to sell business to business, like sales, business to business, people used to buy my merch, my products, just because of the way I was dressed in 100-degree heat. I would have my business suit on, like slim fit business suit on. I would have my loafers on because obviously if it's business to business, you don't always have time to be in high heels because you're constantly on foot. You're constantly on foot. So, you know, I would look the part for sure. Bossed up, collared shirt. Like, mind you, there was no uniform. Nobody told me what I had to wear, but I knew that if I wanted my business to be deemed luxury, I wanted my business to be, she's about her business, I'm going to have to make sure that I am dressing according to what it is that I'm doing. If I come to you just looking any kind of way, are you really going to want to hear what I have to say, even if it's good information? Or do you think you'd be more inclined to hear what I have to say because, okay, she's put together, let me hear what she has to say. The sad reality is how people see you. That perception oftentimes is what they think is reality. So you can't control that, but you can also utilize that to an advantage. That's a competitive advantage. One of my competitive advantages going in that sales office every day was the way I dressed. I got complimented by the people who worked with me. I got complimented by the people who purchased from me. Then I kept getting put in Spanish markets, and I said this before, I kept getting put in Spanish markets, and I know a little bit of Spanish, but I'm not fluent in Spanish, right? But they would put the best people in the best markets, and I just so happened to be in the Spanish markets. One day I came to the office just determined. I said, hey, you come here, please. Would you please help me interpret my speech, my pitch into Spanish? Now, I'm not a big pitch person. Like, I don't want to read scripts and stuff like that for my pitches and stuff like that. Get out. Don't even think about it, Briggs. I'm not big on like scripts. But when I created my pitch in the Spanish market, and I'm just like, they're not about to keep outselling me, and I'm the best seller, like one of the best sellers in here, and y'all keep outselling me because y'all bilingual. I said, baby, you gotta help me with this speech. You gotta help me with this pitch that I put together. I had my own little pitch. Like, I don't like to, follow scripts that everybody's following where you sound so programmed. I had created my own little pitch, and I was just like, just help me interpret it into Spanish. Once I got that interpretation down, girl, I was selling stuff by the 2s and the 3s and the bundles and the 4s and the 5s and the 6s. I barely sold singles to Spanish people. But it was because I was determined. I was already, I knew that I already had the tools to be that high-valued woman that I wanted to be. Obviously, you're always going to be growing. You're not going to know everything. But because I knew I had those tools, and because I knew that I dressed that way, Sorry, y'all. Because I dressed that way, I just knew. He keep licking me and all of this. Like, it's just too much. I can't get nothing done right now. But because I already had those skill sets, I was just like, let me capitalize them. Let me really utilize my gifts and talents that I did. And that's how I became successful in what I was doing. So those same traits that you have in any career, in any job that are straight skill sets that can't be taught, you're just born with that, go. Because you're about to be in a crate. I don't know how many times I told you to stop and go. When you're born with that type of stuff, it can't be taught. So you have to utilize it. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So if you are thinking to yourself, I want to be deemed high valued, don't look for the credibility of others. Credit yourself. Tell yourself that you're worth it. Tell yourself that you're valued. Tell yourself that I am a high valued person. And then you go from there. There's people, like I say all the time, a woman can walk past right now in a $1,000 dress, and a woman can walk past in a $5 dress. Just because she has on a $1,000 dress does not mean she's wearing it like a girl or a woman in a $5 dress. The woman in the $5 dress might just be looking like, okay, she's working that. In a $1,000 dress, could be the complete opposite. But you would just be looking and you would think to yourself, like, the woman in the $5 dress versus the woman in the $1,000 dress, they might be completely different women. They might be completely, like, the $5 dress might be the millionaire. The $1,000 dress might not do anything at all. But the way that you wear it is the way that it's going to be perceived, right? So it's that same thing. Like, just because it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Like, you have to go ahead and credit yourself and say that no matter what I have on, no matter what I do, no matter what, I'm gonna own it. I could be a janitor. I'm gonna own it. I tell this story often. When I was in college, one of my first jobs was working at McDonald's. My freshman year in college, all of that, right? I'm working at McDonald's. That's one of my jobs. Overnight, it works for my schedule because I had a big load. Like, I shouldn't have even been working with the schedule that I had because I literally was on scholarships and I had like the fullest, I had to get dean approval to have over the load that I had. And I just talk about how, like, even working at McDonald's, like, I worked there, and then throughout the years, whenever I got my degrees and I felt like I couldn't get the jobs that I wanted to get, I was very humble. I was not one of those, like, I knew people who were like, if I don't got a job in our degree field, I'm not going to go work. And I'm just like, that's a poor man's mentality because I'm about to go hustle. And I remember having my degree fresh out of college. I graduated college I got in 2011, graduated in 2013. So 2 years I graduated from college, right? 4-year degree, 2 degrees. I was just getting frustrated because everybody kept telling me you too young or you need more experience and da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, baby, I know I went to college. I know I got my degrees. Like, I know I'm only 20 years old, but who cares? Like, let me work. And then it would be entry-level positions that they would give to people who were more experienced, and I would just be annoyed. So I said, I'm going back to McDonald's. I'm not doing this. I'm going back to McDonald's where I know they're going to accept me, and until I get the positions that I want, which I ended up doing, I'm just going to go work. So then I worked there, and I got put on an all-star team. Like, I was winning pins. I was winning free, like, supplies of meals. But outside of the meals, I got put on an all-star team. McDonald's had an all-star team where several locations would compete against each other. So the fastest person on the register, the fastest person in the drive-thru. I had so many talents that I was fast at, but they used to always be like, we're going to put you at the register because you have that smile, you're quick, and you work. You know how to work under pressure, and you also know how to just really engage with people. So they always wanted me on front line, never in the back. They wanted me to be like up front and center, even though I wanted to be somewhere ducked off. And it was because I represented the brand well. There were so many franchise owners and, corporate leaders and things like that who I met who literally knew me by name, and I never had met them before, but that's how instrumental I was in their business. And that's how it is anywhere I go. Like, you know what I mean? So you have to keep that all-star mentality, whether you're working at McDonald's as a janitor, as a corporate lawyer, as a paralegal, as an executive assistant, administrative assistant, entrepreneur, realtor, whatever. You just have to have that. You have to possess that, because that's where the humility aspect kicks in. And when I tell y'all, I was just literally like crushing the game. So to just let you know, to be considered high value, you have to put yourself in that category. And then you have to all gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. You can't allow somebody to determine how far you can go in life, what you can do, where you're going to be. You have to determine that yourself and be unapologetic for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I hope it came out right, and then I'll be working on some more content, working on some little OOTDs for the day, rain jacket, rain gear wear, because it was like pouring down hurricane season. So, your girl had to step out in the rain with the drip while it was dripping. Let me be quiet. I'll see you on the next video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. What's up, babes? This is Curly's Victoria. I am back with another video. If you guys are new here, hi, welcome to my channel. If you've already been subscribed, thanks for coming back. So as you guys know, maybe you don't know by the time I'm posting this video, but Mr. Briggs, hold on. You need to go sit down, Mr. Briggs.